Hello everyone, Rurikhan here coming at you with another First Impressions video, and today we're going to be taking a look at Battle Princess of Arcadias. And I know right now you guys are looking at this and thinking, what? Battle Princess? What the hell is going on? And bear with me guys, I think a lot of you are actually going to really enjoy this one. So this is actually one that I've missed because I've just been too distracted with the crazy amount of work that I've been putting out, and I completely missed the release date for this title, but NISAmerica was kind enough to send me a code anyways so that I could give it a look and tell you guys my opinions on it. So for starters, this is where the story takes place. This is your city. This is like your main character. Her name is Plumie, I believe. And I know that you guys are just like listening to the music and looking at the art style, and just like some of you guys, at least the ones of you that judge books by their covers, are going to be going completely ballistic as to why am I looking at this. Let me just go to the throne room real fast just to tell you guys a little bit about the story, which is essentially the king is a goose, a royal goose. I'm not exactly sure what type of symbolism there is behind that. But yes, the king is a goose, and you are the battle princess. You fight and defeat the evil that threatens the realm. And recently, one of your squires has died. I'm not exactly sure if we're supposed to care that much about that character, but he died pretty much at the start of the game. Actually, not even pretty much at the start of the game. It was right at the start of the game is that guy dies. So you get a new squire, who is none of these dudes that's over here. And as you continue to do missions, they kind of introduce new characters to you. And each character has like some kind of function. Like this dude over here is the captain of the brigade. And this dude is the captain of another brigade, and they hate each other. So you guys can get a little taste of the dialogue here. So, yeah, all the voices are going to be in Japanese, so if you were expecting English voiceovers, that is not going to be the case. As you walk around through town, you're free to explore. There's a backyard over here. Unfortunately, it seems that there's a loading screen to go to the backyard. Oh, there's actually an event at the backyard. There's the king. He's a goose, like I said. And that is another character, which is Uni, but I'm going to skip through all this. I just wanted to show you guys the backyard, but it looks like we can't go there because when we do go there, events are taking place. But whatever, you can go to the backyard, you can go back to your chambers, which is where we started the video. This is just a regular soldier. You can also chat him up if you want to. But let's get to the actual meat of the game, which is the gameplay. So the story, basically, I don't care that much about the story, to be honest. I've been almost skipping through it. I have a very basic notion of it. Like I said, her squire died at the very start of the game, and shortly after that, you've had monsters stealing, they stole a warehouse that was full of weapons, and then there are these ancient weapons who are these robotic creatures that have been like coming up from the ground, and I believe that those robotic creatures were actually made for the defense of the kingdom, but now they like turned against us or something. I don't know, it's something a little bit weird and convoluted, because to me, what I really like about this title is the gameplay. So let's focus on that, shall we? So we got the barracks over here, merchant, and these are the three main things that you want to worry about when you're in town. The weaponsmith, the merchant, and the barracks. So let's have a look at the barracks for starters. So in the barracks, you have your brigade members. So if you look over here, you'll notice that we have a fencer. A fencer essentially is a character with a sword. You have a marauder, and you have a sorcerer, as well as an archer, and then it just kind of repeats. So it's the same characters over and over. And you'll notice that all of these are level 5. So when you upgrade one of these, it basically upgrades your entire brigade. I know that this isn't making a lot of sense right now, but just bear that in mind, because further on you guys will understand what I'm talking about when I say about the brigade. And you will need to level up this brigade constantly for some of the fights that you will take throughout the world. Once I get to the world map, things will start to make a little bit more sense. So let's go ahead and exit out of this. This is where you upgrade your troops, basically. This is the merchant. In the merchant, you can buy weapons, even though I haven't bought anything. I've pretty much just been using stuff that I've found, which actually means that a lot of my characters, like Ralts over here, is using really crappy gear. Because I'm just a cheapskate. You guys know me. I'm friggin' Scrooge McDuck when it comes to upgrading stuff. And yeah, some of my characters do not have the best gear, which is probably one of the reasons why I'm struggling a little bit with the title. You can also sell stuff here. Speaking of which, I should probably sell a bunch of these long swords because I just have Long swords for days, baby. I'm going to keep one of the Hawk long swords just in case we get another character that uses long swords. If you go to the weaponsmith, you can enhance your gear, which is actually something that I should do. Enhancing your gear is like you can upgrade it, like this sword can be upgraded 3 more times, and you can upgrade it through multiple materials that you will find as you go through the game. And as you can see, each of these materials will have a different effect. Like if I use a rock, it's going to increase my luck stat. If I use lumber, it's going to increase my damage. Holy tree leaf is going to increase my luck stat some more. Blue feather is going to do ice damage, it seems. There's also sturdy bamboo, which is going to increase my damage some more. Dragon bone, which will increase my damage even more. Pretty flower, which I'm not even sure what that does. Doesn't really seem to do much. Brittle bone, which increases luck. Locust shell. And each of these things is going to... Wow, this actually does a lot of damage if you go for the locust shell. But it just seems kind of wrong to upgrade this particular weapon with something too expensive. So I'm just going to grab something random like we had the one thing that gave ice. Yeah, there we go. That's 200. Sure. I'll enhance this weapon. Boom. And you can enhance it 3 more times. You can also unlock stuff, which I'm not exactly sure what this does, but it doesn't seem like you can actually unlock anything on this sword. I'm assuming that is probably for weapons that are more powerful, or Hawk sword, for instance, apparently has throw S, which will give you additional damage or some kind of a skill with the weapon. So there's that. There's also another upgrade feature, and apparently none of the weapons that I have can be upgraded with this. And then there's an equip menu that allows you to change the items that you have equipped. Speaking of which, we should probably put some potions on our character. I just have basic potions at this point. I haven't really equipped anything else. It doesn't seem like you get to equip armor. Well, I can equip this steel ring. It's not really armor, though. Speaking of which, if I do that, I should be able to give her the iron ring. There we go. So yeah, we got a steel ring. But you don't really have slots for armor as far as I can tell, so that is not really a thing. But let's actually get to the gameplay. You guys have seen all the stores and all the in between air brackets boring stuff. Let's get to the actual meat of the gameplay, shall we? So we are now at the map. And in this map is essentially where you decide what you're going to do next. So at the start of the game, you only have a couple of missions, like this is the very first mission that you do. But you're going to have access to different kinds of missions. And this is important because the gameplay in these missions is very, very different in between those different missions. Like, for instance, if you go over here, this is a combat mission. This essentially is you grab a party of 3 that you choose of the characters that you've unlocked so far, and you just go in and you start killing monsters. It's just your regular side-scroller killing monsters along the way as you move. Then there's this thing. This is actually a side quest, but the type of mission here is Siege. Siege is essentially like a raid boss. So you go into a fight and you bring 150 of that brigade that I mentioned earlier. Yes, there's going to be 150 characters on screen, plus the character that you're controlling, plus the boss and any minions that the boss might or may not have. I don't think I've actually seen a fight with a boss and minions, but it definitely makes it really interesting, the fact that you have to manage an army whilst still doing combat. Then there's another mode over here, which is a skirmish, and skirmish is essentially your army versus another army, but your boss is still there to like give morale and give out your boss. Your character is still there to like give morale and orders to the army. So anyways, we're gonna start up with some combat, and I've actually got a couple of new missions that I haven't done yet, so I guess I could do some of those. Let's just see which one would seem easier so that I don't have to focus too much on the battle, and I can actually afford to do commentary. I'm gonna go for this one. This one seems like it's going to be okay. So we're going to do battle here, and basically you select a party of 3. Right now the only characters I've unlocked is Plume, which is your main character, Ralts, who is the replacement for the squire that died, Uni, who is kind of like a healer, but she doesn't really heal as far as I can tell. She's just like a spellcaster, a sorcerer of kinds, and Rudolph, who is a dude with a big ass axe. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go with the basic party setup of Plume, Rats, and Uni, because this will give me the chance to show you the gameplay of melee, ranged archer, and ranged sorcerer. So let's go through here. There's going to be a loading screen, and now something a little bit weird is going to happen, which is, oh, actually no, it's not going to happen on this one, just to kind of piss me off. But usually you have a little bit of an intro and then you have another loading screen, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. But anyways, the controls are fairly simple. Left analog moves you left and right, X jumps, square light attack, triangle will give you a heavier attack, and if you go to the commands list, you can see different combos for each of the characters, and as you can see, each character has very different combos, so you have to really adapt depending on the character that you are playing. And not only they have different combos, they have very different playstyles, particularly the party that I brought over here with me. Also, you guys are like, oh, so those are the only combos? No. How do I switch this? There's more. See, here's another one, here's another page, and there's going to be even more combos as you continue to level up the character. In order for characters to level up, you need to use them. So for instance, as you can see, I have 3 characters right now. If I wanted to level up a specific character, like say I want to level Barracks, I actually have to use him. I can't just leave him back there in the party. And this is actually the character that I know least about. I'm not that good at playing him. Besides all those combos that you guys have seen, there's also a special once you fill up your SP bar that you see on the upper left corner there. You also get access to a special attack by pressing square and X. But anyways, let's get going. I'm gonna go with Ralph. This is also, in my opinion, one of the least interesting characters, but they kind of give him to you like right at the start of the game, so I kind of feel like, yeah, sure, I'll have to use him. And I guess that if there's a couple of you guys that actually like playing with archers, this might be a cool character for you. There's also a blocking mechanic, so you can press R1 to block. But these guys, when they're rolling, they don't actually hit you. It's kind of like a dodge mechanic they have, so they just dodge your stuff. So they don't really take damage when they're doing that. They die, you gain a little bit of experience. Also, it looks like we've made so many hits that we've about filled our SP bar. You will find loot as you proceed through the level. Doing jumps and doing all other kinds of crazy stuff will actually combo into different attacks. It's just, I'm not that good at playing this particular character. I wasn't even aware of that particular. Oh, this is a nice attack. I like this. I didn't even know how to do that. I didn't even know how to do that one. So I think it's square, 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 up, triangle. No, square, square. And every now and then there's a couple of characters who will come to support you. Like that was our sorcerer character. But yeah, I'm not very good at playing this one, as you guys can probably already see. But we've unlocked his special, so I guess I can show you at least this special. Wow, these dudes are being a little bit annoying. But besides blocking, using L1, you can also dodge. So once you block, if you flick your controller in any direction, your character just kind of dodges. There seems to be no limit as to dodging, except there seems to be a little bit of a cooldown when you dodge forward. Now, normally you would not want to be this long in a quest. You just want to like move forward super fast because that increases the grade of your score and whatnot. Oh, sweet, that's right. Gather up, boys. I'm gonna do the special. This is this character's special. Sometimes other characters will join in on the special. Hey, that's not nice. He can shoot arrows really fast, but he's still definitely not my favorite character. Anyways, let's switch things up. This is the caster. I'm leaving the plume character, who is the main game character, for last because she's just like super powerful at this point. She just wrecks face like nobody's business. You also have access to a bunch of potion items there that you can see. Using items is basically done by pressing circle. However, you will have other use for circle. Oh wow, I'm gonna get my ass kicked here. Let's switch to plume and let's start hacking people up like nobody's business. There we go. You can also block while in the air. Notice that she is now doing the ice damage that we've seen in the upgrade section when I upgraded her weapon, which is something I hadn't done previously. Got a couple of items here. I think I saw one of my other characters like come in to help. Oh, see? There we go. Oh, that was a sweet attack. That was very good for support. So, oh, damn it. Did I use my special? I used one special. Since I am a little bit button mashing right now, I'm still not completely mastered these characters. I've only played for a couple of hours just to get a general feel for the game. Every now and then I do tend to do a couple of special attacks that I didn't really intend to. But anyways, this is the combat gameplay style. You just go through a forest, you kill a bunch of stuff, and then you get a bunch of loot. As you can see, we've actually gotten a couple of weapons here, including a staff and two As you can see there, we got a shock staff, which is pretty good because we're going to be able to equip that on our sorcerer. And we got a powerful axe that we're going to be able to equip on another one of our characters. So this is very, very good. We're going to take everything. I always take everything. I mean, it's one of those things almost like Monster Hunter. It's like, oh, you got these rewards. Which ones do you want to take? It's like, I'll take all of them, of course. They're rewards. Okay, so that was the combat. Now let's do a skirmish. Now, in terms of skirmish, I'm going to do one that I already know is a little bit hard. Because this was the mission that I was struggling with before I unlocked these combat missions, but that should give you guys a decent idea of how skirmish works. So if you notice, this is where you select brigades. Now, each of these brigades, at least in this level, they all start with 50 members. So what you're going to do is, if you look at that compatibility, what that means is how strong different weapons are against different enemies. So if you notice, this particular brigade is using swords. My enemy is going to open the battle with a brigade that's also using swords, and you can see that if I use swords, it's going to essentially be the same. So what you want to do is you want to look for something that overpowers swords greatly. So you look at bows, and bows are actually weak against swords if you look at the compatibility thing that's there. So if you keep scrolling through, you'll eventually figure out that the Marauders, which are the characters with the axe, are pretty beast mode against swords, so you want to use those. After that, you want to plan for the guns, but the thing is, the only thing that also overpowers the guns is the Marauders as well. So what I tend to do is I just leave the Marauders in there, and let's see. Then I try to pick stuff that is strong against spears. So we're gonna have the swords, so that we're hoping that our Marauders will be able to chop down through the swords and the guns. And then we will have the swords to go through the spears, but we will see about that. And then for the finisher, usually I just go with whatever is stronger against spears and guns, and in this case, it seems that the sorcerers kind of take the cake. So we're going to go with this formation. After you selecting your formation, it's going to tell you to select the party members that you want to take that you want to command this skirmish, and we're going to be taking Rudolph because he is the leader of the Marauders, so that is going to give our Marauders a little bit of a buff, the fact that he is there. Then we're obviously going to take Plume because she is the leader of the swordsmen, and we're going to take Uni because she is the leader of the sorcerers. So this will give us buffs when we have these particular brigades out. I mean, I know that it's still a little bit complex, but hopefully I'll be able to explain the mechanics here. It took me a while to grasp my head around the mechanics as well, so don't worry about it. So this is gonna load up, and before we begin, let's actually pause this so that I can tell you guys a little bit about what's gonna happen. So your leader characters, which means the dude with the axe, the main character, as well as the sorcerer character, are going to be on a different plane than the brigade. So you're not literally fighting alongside the brigade. Like, the brigade is on a different plane and you can't really influence it directly. Like, you can't go and fight against the same enemies that your brigade is fighting. So what you can do is the enemy's leaders, as well as a couple of minions, are going to be on your side of things. So you're going to be fighting against the enemy's leader, and that is going to give boosts to the morale of your troops. And the more morale you have, that is going to enable you to do things like issue commands. So let me just go into the game real fast and then I'll pause it again. If you look at the upper right corner, you'll notice that there is something there that changed. So that is going to be how you're going to issue orders to your brigade. So if you press R1 and then triangle, it switches between item usage and command issuing, so to speak. And you will see me scroll through that real fast as we do battle to change things up, like give them offensive formation, defensive formation, and depending on the orders that you issue, your brigade is going to perform differently. Now, since, if you guys remember, at the screen that we were selecting our brigades, the Marauders are more powerful than the swordsmen, so I'm just going to tell them, you know what, go all out. We're going to switch to attack formation, and we're going to start attacking the enemy leaders. So we're just going to hack our way through these dudes. And you will notice that the numbers are going to start increasing on one end and decreasing on the other. So on my side, we still have 46 soldiers. The enemy has 35. You'll also notice that our blue bar over there is raising. That means that our brigade is gaining a ton of morale. So we want to equip Brigade Arcana because this is going to allow them to do spells and just beat the crap out of the enemy. But if you pay attention, you'll notice that we're about to completely wipe out the enemy brigade. So you want to wait until he switches brigades. So the other brigade is now on the battlefield, and now you do the Brigade Arcana. That is going to give us beast damage on the enemy. Boosh! So that gave us quite a bit of advantage on battle. Not to mention that our Marauders are still more powerful than the guys with the guns. So we still have the advantage, so we're going to leave it there. But I need to start thinking about switching my brigade out because we only have 36 people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them beat the crap out of these gunners until either the gunners switch brigade or they die. Because my next troops are going to be very weak against gunners. So that's the thing. Oh wow, we're actually taking a beating from the gunners for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. We're going to have to swap brigades, because I don't want to lose any of my brigades if possible. Let's just keep hacking away through these dudes. Let's also switch characters while we're there. Which brigade do we have? We have the swordsman? Great. In that case, we now have the swordsman brigade leader out, but we really need to gain some morale because our dudes are getting their asses kicked. Vigor raised. Let's get ready for some Arcana. Brigade Arcana. And I need to get rid of all these dudes. So, there we go. We're about to get maximum. We're maximum. We get Arcana. Now we're going to see another special attack from our troops so that we can take out as many of those gunners as possible. Oh, actually, we're against spears now. I was not aware of that. That's fine. We probably should swap our brigades because things are not looking too good. God damn it. Why did that trophy there completely screwed me over because I couldn't see my commands. Let's switch brigades. Switch. Thank you very much. So as you can see, this particular mode is very, very hectic. I'm not even sure that we're going to win at this point. Like, yeah, the spears are going to kick our ass. We need to go into defensive formation so that we take a little bit less damage. We need to basically withstand those spears to give our Marauders a little bit of a chance to recoup. So our troops are now in defense formation. That means they're not going to do that much damage, but they're still slowly grinding them down, and we've completely obliterated another faction. We are now against the guns, so that is going to be hard for us, like I said, because guns are really powerful against everything that I had, but still we just have the numbers advantage at this point, so it's going to be fairly easy. You guys might be wondering why exactly am I fighting here if the skirmish dudes are fighting all the way on the other side. It's because the fact that I'm fighting here also gives them morale, which enables me to issue them commands and stuff like the Brigade Arcana, which will just destroy the rest of the enemy team. So you guys actually saw 3 Brigade Arcanas there. That was pretty beast, if I can say so myself. And I forgot to do my special, but that's fine. So that was a skirmish. I hope you guys kind of like understood the gist of that particular gameplay mode. And now we're going to do what I think is one of the more fun gameplay modes, which is the, let's just take everything. Oh, sweet, we got swords. What's this? So we got a long sword. We also got a polished long sword. This is the weapon we're using. And we got a powerful shock sword. Oh, this is probably what we're going to go for. Sweet. I like me some powerful swords and stuff. Okay, so we take everything, exit. Also, we've gotten a bunch of gold, so something that we definitely want to do is go back and upgrade our troops. You can also switch your equipment from here by pressing triangle, and let's see, like I said, we got this powerful shock sword, which we will be switching to. Let's see if we actually got anything for another one of our characters. So, Ralts, did we finally get a bow? Nope, you're still going to be using the crappy bow. We did get a staff for you. We got a shock staff. Thank you very much, Uni. We also got a powerful axe for Rudolph, so that's pretty good. Interestingly enough, the powerful axe seems to deal less damage than the regular axe. I'm sorry, I don't really understand why that is the case. But okay. Well, I guess you're going to stick to your old weapon there, Rudolph, but that's going to be fine. You can also have a look at your skills. These are all passives, except for some of these that enable you to do new combos and whatnot, but yeah. There's a bunch of these skills. I don't even know what all of these do. This is something that, if you guys enjoyed the gameplay up until this point, you will want to really dive into this and figure out all of these skills and all that other stuff. It's just I don't want to bore you guys too much with technicalities. But before we go to our next little venture, which what we're going to be doing is, since we have 8,000 gold, one of the things that I've been prioritizing quite a bit is leveling up my troops, because you can't do anything on those troop missions unless your brigades are just like super powerful. So the way I do it is I actually level them all up. And the thing is, their level is capped by the level of the leader. So yeah, but essentially what this does is, you guys have seen me use an army. All the characters in that army of the Fencer class, for instance, they will all become more powerful. So we're going to get that level 6. We're going to get that for the archers as well. We're going to get that for the sorcerers as well. I'm going to get that for the marauders as well. And then just continue onward from there. There, we're going to have now fencers and archers at level 7, but I'm not going to spend any more money because, yeah, I've spent quite a bit. Let's also upgrade the weapon that we have. We have a powerful shock sword, right? This is what we got equipped, I believe. Yeah, it even says the E there with my character's face on it. Let's do Dragon Bone. No, Dragon Bone only gives you 2 additional attack power. What can we do? We got Logus Shell, which is pretty beast, but it's pretty expensive as well. Barbonite, the red armor of the ancient weapon Thaum. This will increase our attack significantly. Barbonite is going to increase both our attack as well as our lightning damage, so this looks pretty good. Enhance this. Can we unlock new things on this weapon, since this is a powerful... Yeah, we can do launch plus S, but this costs 2,000, and Thaum Fang, which... No, or combo S, which also costs 2,000. So we actually don't have enough money for this, because I spent everything upgrading my troops. But don't worry about it, it's gonna be fine. Arigatou gozaimasu! So now let's go on a siege to give you guys an idea of what a boss fight feels like, and this is like my favorite thing to do. So on a siege... which one should I do? The Dragon Nemesis? Dragon Nemesis is actually pretty easy, so we're going to go for the side story one. This is a boss that I actually took quite a bit to get used to. So in here, you don't actually select the brigade members that you take with you. I think they just all come, like a mix of your brigade divided by 150 people, and they just all come to the battle. We will be taking Plume, Ralts, and Uni. Actually, no. No, I'm sorry. We'll be taking Rudolph, because I haven't played Rudolph enough. Ralts and Uni. And as we go into this battle, essentially the controls work exactly the same way that they work for skirmish. So you're going to be giving orders to your brigade. As you can see, this is all of our brigade, but I'm going to be switching them to attack formation. And however, instead of having Brigade Arcana, you're going to have something else, which is the Showdown. And the only time that you can do this is when you stun the boss. The boss is going to have a shield, which is going to be really tough to break. And this boss is going to, like, kill people from your brigade left, right, and center. But the way that I like to do this boss is just go full offensive. I mean, it's just like, go strong or go home. That's the way that I kind of feel about it. So, attack formation, let's go. You guys are going to see people dying left and right. Here comes the first attack. Boom. That was like 40 people just died. A whole bunch of more people just died. But that's the way that I do this boss. Let's dodge. The way that I've done him is basically I try to dodge behind him when he does his attacks. Dodge. There we go. However, my NPCs aren't as smart as I am, so they're going to get completely wrecked. You will notice that we're down from 150 to 30. Oh crap, he's going to wreck me. Okay, so what we want to do now is... Oh no, everybody died. God damn it. I wasn't paying enough attention. Man, this fight is still challenging. You see, I'm like super overpowered in regards to that guy right now, and the fight is still challenging. So that is one of the things that I really, really enjoyed about the title, is the fact that it is challenging. The other side of the coin of that aspect is that sometimes it forces you to grind a little bit, which is something that I've had to do in order to upgrade my troops, which is why I tend to prioritize my troops. But let's actually take Uni first, because you guys haven't seen all that much of Uni throughout this video, so we'll take Uni first. But yeah, that is one of the things that I definitely enjoy. It's challenging, and it is really cool, and just the fact that I'm commenting just completely throws me off here. So let's switch once again, attack formation. You really shouldn't do attack formation on this boss, to be completely honest. I just do it because I'm completely bonkers insane. So let's go for it once again. Let's start straight up with coming up behind him. As you can see, once again, like 40 plus people just died. Oh crap, no! Don't do that. He completely turned. Hey, I was blocking that. Oh crap, I'm about to lose one of my characters. This boss is still super challenging, and as you can see, even with 150 characters, that noise that you just heard, that clank, that was us breaking through his shield. It means that only now we're actually doing damage to him. Hey, he's actually stunned. Sweet, showdown! Showdown time, baby. No, showdown. Yeah, that's it. Now you have to mash square, totally mash that square as much as you can. And now she's gonna charge up for a super attack, and check this out, this is pretty cool. It's a pretty beast attack. Boosh! Turns out we also broke his shield. Oh, damn, we damn near killed him right there. And we lost our character. We're about to lose another character if I'm not careful. He's got his shield back up because even... Oh, no! No, 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 no! Retreat! 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 Oh, sweet. I was able to actually get my troops to retreat because they were about to die. Like, you'll notice that if that number runs over, like the amount of troops, we lose, essentially. I'm going to switch out to a character that has a little bit more health here. I'm going to start shooting him. This character is actually really good for fighting against this boss. Oh, damn it. No, stop it. Okay. You got to be really careful. You got to really just... This boss requires really perfect timing, otherwise you're going to get screwed. And it is going to just kill you. And I'm completely off my game right now. No, stop it. Oh, you prick. He still hit me. God damn it, stop it. Okay. Now, the thing is, when you retreat, they only come back when they're at full strength. So essentially, your troops are regenerating right now. I know, that's kind of awkward. It's like, what are they doing back there? Having babies? But yeah, they're regenerating. Let's suppose that they're healing their fallen comrades or something. But your troops are regenerating, and once they get back to 150, they will come back to the battlefield. Oh, we lost a character. We just lost a character. This is pretty bad. We gotta hold off until our troops are back. And you guys are like, but the boss only has like 121 hit points. What's going on? He's got his shield up. His shield goes up constantly, which is why you need a really big army. They're in basic formation right now, though. I don't like that. I would prefer it if they were all like an attack formation, but I think we should be able to do it in basic formation. I think that we might be able to do a showdown. No, we're not going to be able to do one. Oh my god, I'm about to die. No, 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 no. Stop it. Block. We got the boss. Jesus Christ. I thought I was going to die again. Anyways, that is Battle Princess of Arcadias, and I know that the title is kind of weird, and maybe some of you guys don't enjoy the art style. The art style I actually like. What I have a couple of issues with is the animation. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of animation, but I'm willing to bear with it for the gameplay experience that it provides, because I feel it's kind of original just having that many characters on the battlefield. And you're actually taking control of them from a 2D perspective, I feel is really cool. I really like the soundtrack in battles, but that is going to really depend on whether or not you like that type of Japanese rock kind of vibe. And I just really like the gameplay. Those are the three types of gameplay that I've experienced so far, and I've put quite a couple of hours in the game already, so I would say that's probably most of the modes that you'll have. I just like also diversity, where you have the skirmishes against enemies' armies that you have to think more tactically, where you got the boss fights that are essentially like a raid, where you have just 150 characters on the battlefield taking on a big boss, and you're issuing orders and commanding them from the front line. And there's still like story aspects here, like you can interact with these characters and find out more about what's going on. But like I said, the story to me is not really the strong point in this game, so it's whatever. But all in all, I really enjoy it, and if you guys enjoyed the gameplay that you guys have seen in this video, most likely you will enjoy it too. So that's really all I can say. As per usual, thank you very much for watching. Leave me your comments, feedback, all that kinds of good stuff in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one.